Welcome back to RuralVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith, and I've got a property for you. This one is in Pinal County, Arizona. This is the first property I've ever had up for sale on the website in Pinal County, Arizona. It's hard to buy properties in Pinal County. It's home of Tucson, and people around Tucson just bid those things up. It's nice weather. It's Sonora Desert. It's beautiful desert, beautiful cactus, beautiful land. It's like Roadrunner and Coyote kind of country, right? And it's just gorgeous area to escape the winters and retire to. So people are willing to pay a bunch for that area. Um, so little old me over here, I don't have that much money, so it's been really hard to get into that area. So I'm really surprised I got this property. So let's take a look at it. I'm asking $22,000. It's a 20-acre lot, and I believe I know there's a trail through it. It looks like someone started a housing site. I mean, it's got a dirt road that goes up it. And let's take a closer look. So 20 acres. APN, the APN numbers there. Pinal County, Arizona. GPS coordinates. Let's hit that. So we open it in a map. We see it on another page. Got GPS coordinates of the dimensions of the property. You got the legal description on here of the actual property. You got to put in a well for water or do rainwater catchment. You can totally do rainwater catchment here. Get enough surface area. The taxes are like $800 a year. This is a bigger dollar property, bigger dollar land. I mean, I'm used to talking 10, 20, 50, $100 a year taxes. They charge 800 here. This is coming out of one of my companies. And, there's schools in the area. There's some different amenities in the area to get supplies and live off of, to build a home and make it happen. So let's start with some of the pictures on this one, because I had someone actually go to the property, get some pictures for me on this particular one. So there's some nice there's some small trees, there's some different kinds of cactuses, a couple different kinds of cactuses. This is the road that runs up through the property, and it dead ends on this property. It's not like there's cars going through your property. This road goes to the center of this property. And it's on a hill, so you kind of look out over the area. It looks like the house area where you'd build a house would be kind of top of the hill, looking around the area. So here's some shots of the kind of brush and scrub. And these pictures were taken, this is mid-August. These were taken a couple weeks ago, late July, I want to say. There's saguaro cactus off in the distance. It's not like thick saguaro cactus, but there's saguaro cactuses in the area. And some mountain views in the area off to the distance, a couple different ways. And you're just going to end up seeing a lot of the same. So we'll get into the topography in one of the next shots. So let's pull up Google Maps. Let's take a look at this thing. I didn't bring up the lot lines. Maybe I can load the lot lines while we're talking about Google Maps. I use this software that's Parcel Facts, brought to us by the Land Academy group, and sometimes it's really fast. Sometimes it takes a while. Let's see. Got to spell it right. Pinal County. Okay, let's see if we can get it to load. So we'll let that load while we look at this map. So this map is. This is, I believe, the housing site. And if we take this 3D, you can see how that road goes up the middle of the property to the top of this hill, and you get views looking out all around the area. So there's a road that comes in, and you turn off, you go up that road, and it looks like that's someone already set up to start building a house there, is what it looks like to me. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. So you got the little trail and ready to go. Top of the hill, looking down there, looking down, just looking all over the place. Bonito Canyon. Bet you get a lot of wildlife running through there. Let's see if we get this north, south. Okay, so up here is San Manuel. Looks like somebody did a little neighborhood development there. On the other side of this hill is Tucson, right? Yeah, here's Tucson. So Tucson is a very popular retirement community. Saguaro National Park on this side, Mount Lemmon here, Mica Mountain. You just go around Mount Lemmon. You can go north on whatever this road's called. the 77. So you can take the 77 up around through Oracle, and then you turn off probably past San Manuel in there somewhere. There's different roads running all over the place. So different roads out here. Arizona Zipline Adventures, that sounds like fun. You go through Oracle State Park. There's a lot of different routes in and out of there. But I think these are the mountains you're looking at. It's Mount Lemmon, Santa Catalina Natural Area. So I'm going to stop bouncing around so much. But this is the area. It's just really secluded. I don't think you really have any close-up neighbors. I mean, there's a house over here that figured out how to do it. They're making it happen. They're tucked back in the corner. Looks like they built a big fence around themselves, made a compound. Got an RV and maybe a tool shop and a couple cars and stuff. And they're coming and going. Here's another outbuilding, maybe a smaller home. So these guys are using that same road that you'd be using to get to the turnoff to your property. So I know they're getting in and out of there. It looks like enough to be able to live there. But you're really at the end. If you're coming in from this way, it's not like anybody's going to be driving past you, and you're not going to have traffic, and you just get the place to yourself, So here is the primo number one awesomeness about this property. Let's look at the market, because my price on this thing I think stands out something spectacular. I'm asking $22,000. It's 20 acres. But if we look at the whole county of Pima County, this is Pima County, and see if we zoom in here. Where's Tucson? Why doesn't Tucson pop up? I know it's right here. Phoenix is up here. Tucson's down here. It's not shown on the map, but the property's up in here. So if we look at Tucson, the whole county, Pima County, and I set this for properties that are for sale, not like auction, whatever, trying to get it as accurate as I can. So for sale and 10 acres and up. This is a 20 acre property that I'm selling. So 10 acres and up, I think, gives you good comparables of what kind of stuff is available in the market. I mean, not 10 acres, you might want to double it for price, size, and stuff, but 20 acres. Remember, we're looking at 20 acres and we're looking at the whole county, not nowhere specific specialty area. I mean, you get down by Eloy, it's always cheaper down there, but this isn't Eloy. This is the other side of Tucson. So, cheapest thing on here, 871 acres. Yeah, right. It's just a housing lot. It's a typo. I was looking at that closer. It's not right. 10 acre lot, $29,500. So the cheapest thing that comes up is this 10 acre lot. It's been on Zillow for 41 days. It's got a little junky road. I mean, you can still get there. It's 2-track, it looks like. This looks like a classic desert square. Asking near 30 grand. And look, nobody saved this one. 79 views in the last 30 days. This is in the top 10% most visited neighborhood because this is cheap. As people are looking at it because it's cheap. They just listed it for sale. Hazgia Realty. I don't know who. Okay, so the next cheapest one, it's been on Zillow for 105 days. 30 grand for 40 acres. Oh, that's twice the size. That previous one was half the size. This one's twice the size. It's 30 grand. I'm asking 22 grand. But this is 40 acres. This is for the southwest quarter, 10 acres of lot 24. Okay, so they're splitting it up. They're saying it's 40.54 acres, and so they're selling you 10 acres of the 40 for 30 grand. And they also have some other bits and pieces of this thing. So talk about misleading. Why don't they just say it's 10 acres in there? But they do say it's 10 acres down here. So 10 acres for 30 grand. So my 20 acres for 22 grand is still quite a better deal. Let's see what kind of competition they have. 166 people actually looked at this one. 5 people saved it in the last 30 days. 116 acres for 30 grand. Something's wrong here. Parcel A, 16.5. Someone added an extra 1. There's a typo on there. 16 acres for 30 grand. And it looks like this one's got like serious saguaro cactus. So it's what, 3/4 the size of my property, 30 grand instead of 22 grand. It's probably a good comparable right there. 35 grand, the next cheapest one, just outside of Maricopa City. 20 acres. This is basically 20 acres for 35 grand. So there's the first size, real size comparable. They're asking 35 grand. This just looks like really flat, boring land. This one's got some saguaro and some real cactus and stuff. 10 acres for 39 grand. So half the size, almost twice the price. But they got some serious cactus if those pictures are real. 10 acres. Like a gated community. Yeah, right. I'm not even going to count that. 39, 40, let's see, 40 grand to this property is 40 acres. Look at that. 40 grand for 40 acres. That sounds like a good deal. That sounds cheaper than mine because I'm 22 for 20 acres. So these guys are going cheaper. This is probably by Eloy. Yeah, look at this land. This looks like some boring stuff. Looks like some butterfly. Couple tens like kitty cornered each other. That's not like a contiguous 40, I don't think. I'm guessing that's uglier land. Okay, so I'm trying to point out that mine's the cheapest without a whole lot of competition getting really close. There's 50 grand for 10 acres with a pond. 50 grand for 10 acres, 50 grand for 10 acres, 45 grand for 10 acres. So you get close to 50 grand, you start having some 10 acre choices. And I don't think the paperwork's very hard to take this 20 and split it into 2 10s. I mean, I should be doing that and not making this video. I should be splitting this 20 into 2 10s and trying to sell them for like 25,000 bucks a piece, half of what the market seems to be at 50. But I'd like it to just go fast. So if you can figure out how to do that real quick before I do, grab the property and run with it. If I figure it out, I'll take the ad off and go put up an ad for 2 10s at higher prices. Oh, I wanted to go to recently sold. So those are the ones that are for sale. That's the arm waving, you know, give me this high price, please, please, please. Not the actual deals that went through. I think the deals that went through are probably better data to base decisions off of, don't you? So let's take a look at this stuff that's actually sold. And what Zillow does is they pull data off of the county recorder's record. So when people do their report of how much they paid for the property, it's required. When you turn in a deed in Arizona, you got to do this affidavit of transfer value. I'm going to forget the name of it. Yeah, affidavit or whatever. But you put how much you are paying or buying or selling the property for, and you hand that in with a deed, and it's got to be notarized, like 2 different notarized signatures on there. I do lots of those and lots of transactions I do all over Arizona. So the people that are trading these properties, they got to report how much they're paying, and it asks you stuff like, are there fees and other things included, and it asks a bunch of details about the transaction. It's trying to get down to prices, and it's trying to help the assessor assess these properties better. And so that is where Zillow's getting their data off of those reports. So if we look at these prices that Zillow's pulling in off the county recorder's office stuff, maybe it was interfamily, and maybe it had 15 properties involved or something, but lots of times it's just one property and the numbers are pretty good. So you just have to look at them and think about it. You can't take it right off the cuff, but it's still pretty good data to compare stuff to. So if we look at that, the cheapest stuff that's sold in the whole county, not just where the property is, but the whole county, 10 acres and up, it's a 40 acre lot for 10 grand that was sold. Wow. That sounds cheaper than what I'm advertising. Somebody got a deal there. property sold for $350,000 in '04, and then it sells for $10,000 in 2017. It's probably some family or bank transaction. That sounds weird. That sounds way off. Maybe there's a pile of taxes involved or something. But the transaction went through. So $12,000 for 334 acres. That sounds wrong too. It sounds like a typo or something. They were trying to sell it for 12 grand and then they went through at 25. I don't know. Who knows? There's some statistical anomalies in here for sure. This one is 10 acres, 109,000. What did it say on the list? 15,000. They're advertising it for 109 and it went for 15. There's something weird about that too. It's like missing a zero or something. It's like got a well and 30 acres went for 24,000. So the weird statistical anomalies stick out, and then we're already getting over the price of what I'm asking, the $22,000 that I'm asking. This one went for 24,834. It sold for $600,000. And then a month later it sells for $24,000. Sold for $1 million, $3.5, $4 million in the past. Something's weird with this one. There's some weird numbers going through here. It doesn't sell for near $4 million in '05 and then sell for $25,000 in 2017. Yeah, there was a crash in the market, but come on, something's wrong with this one. 10 acres, 25 grand. We're just going to take these things at sticker price, even though there's some weird data in here. These prices are already way over what I'm asking. 25. These are half the size and more money than I'm asking for the property. 10 acres at 27, 10 acres at 28, 20 acres. Here's the first 20 acres, $31,000. So in the last, I believe it's 2 years that this data is coming in at. This was, you have to go back to mid 2016 to get $31,000 for 20 acres. So $22,000 for 20 acres seems like a steal. That's what I'm offering you. So I'll stop looking at all this old data. We'll go back to the website, ruralvacantland.com, and I'll put that link down below. You can click on the link. It'll take you to my website. It'll show you there's GPS coordinates in there. You can click on that in your phone. It'll give you driving directions of the property. You can go out there. You can look at the cactuses. You can look at the view. You can look at the area, make sure the road works, make sure the neighbors aren't like sicking the dogs on you or whatever. Go check it out. Make sure it's the right property for you. And feel free to go for it. I got an online checkout. Let me switch back. There's online checkout on here. You can click the buy it now. And it's set up title information, tax information, contact information. Click, hit next. You can put your banking information in there or your debit card, credit card, and pay for it, and you can start using the property the same day. If you want to take it through a title company, that's fine too. I bought it through a title company, and I've got the title insurance rolling over to whoever buys it so we can run it through a title company. I just ask that you pay for the title company. I think this title company that I've been using, it's like $800 ish for this property in this title company. So yeah, I just have you pay that part of it if you want to run it through a title company. Like you can see the old deeds and everything. It just came out of the title. There's nothing wrong with the title on it. Not worried about that at all. I'd rather just do the paperwork and sign it over to you. Skip all the title paperwork, but it's your choice. So that's the logistics of closing it. If you have questions, comments, please hit it in the comments box below this video. I'll try to answer them as best I can. Or feel free to call, email Luke Smith, email Luke at ruralvacantland.com, or call 760-274-7711. I try to answer my phone as much as I can, but I often get over 100 near 150 calls a day, at least 125 calls a day on a normal day. I have a hard time answering them all. So if I don't answer right away, I'll try to get back to you as best I can. The best thing to do is just buy it on the website. Go take a look at it, buy it, and run with it. Go split it up, sell the pieces off, keep a small piece of it for yourself for free and some cash to get started on building. I bet you could pull that off in this one. You just got to get up and do it. Let me know if you need some help. I could probably help. Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I'm proud to bring you the cheapest 20-acre property in Pinal County, Arizona. Hopefully it's your next one. Thanks.